Alright everyone, so this one is going to be going over the buttons in Staffing Solutions and also how to make corrections on a time card. So first let's start by making corrections. So I'm going to go ahead and the only time cards I should have to make corrections on are ones that are approved without signature. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that box and hit view. So I have 2 in there. So I can choose to just by clicking on the name which one I need to make a correction to. I hit open timesheet and then I hit correction. It's down here and it's also up here. They're matching menus. So it gives you a warning that you're making a correction. Accept that by hitting OK. And then you can go ahead and make your correction. One of the quickest ways to make a correction is just by clicking the row that you want to delete or change and hit delete checked, and it goes away. This one actually doesn't need a correction, so I'm not going to do it, but that's what that is. So while we're in here, we'll go ahead and go over all the buttons that are in your timesheet. So main takes you back to the main menu where your roster is. Save update just saves what you have in there. It's important to remember that this does not get saved without hitting add must click add to create input row. Excuse me. Submits your time card for approval. You're done once you hit this button. Timesheet archive is a great trick to go look at past time cards. You can choose your month and your year and then go and pick the ending date of the week. So I can look at John's time card for 10/19. Well, that's today. Leave balance. It will never use, so you don't have to worry about that. Printer friendly is just printing it. Back to TS approval, we've gone through now. It takes you back to your previously selected time cards, and then of course sign off. There's also 2 arrows here that you can use to toggle back to previous time cards. So if I hit back to 10:12, John has a time card in there for 2 hours. Then I can hit previous again, and here's John's time card for the week of 10/19. This shows us what pay period we're in. Not what pay period we're in, but how far into the period we are. So 2-week pay periods, we're in the first week, 1 of 2. Let's see what else is on here. These 2 sheets right here are our edit function for the brand and event. If I hit that, it pulls up my edit toolbar and I can change whatever I would like. And then it's just an update. Down here it's add previous timesheet charge codes. The only way I can think of that we would use this is if we had a lead rep, and so we would continually pay them the same pay type, brand, and event would be lead rep hours. So this function will actually bring your all this information, your region, state, pay type, brand, and event over from the previous time card, so you don't have to keep entering it. Delete checked, we've gone over. If I delete here and hit delete checked, it will go away. And that's really it. The only other thing to pay attention to is down here it says process no. Process yes means that Staffing Solution has pulled that time card to have a check cut for it. It doesn't mean that the employee has received their check or that it's been put in the mail. So back on our main page, I want to go over these select status options. Approved we'll never use, we don't have to worry about. Ready, same thing, we'll never use, we don't have to worry about. Unapproved TS in previous week, we don't use, you don't have to worry about that. Rejected, we don't use, you don't have to worry about that. So it's just this side that pertains to Clif Bar. Approved without signature is the final stage of our time cards. It means that you submitted it to be paid and the check will be cut. No signature means that you have hours on that time card but you have not approved it to be paid. No timesheet means that you do not have hours on a time card. And then view all. Open all selected opens any time cards that you have checked. And that's it for that page. The only other thing, it should default to your region. If you want to go look at past time cards, you can use these ending dates of a week to go look at them. So it's as easy as picking one and then clicking on whosever name you want to look at. So the only other thing to look at is supervisor employee profile. So in here we can actually look up the information for any one of our employees. It will have their mailing address, their phone number, and hopefully their email address. You can add and update this, and it will immediately update in the Staffing Solutions database. So if you have an employee who moves, change their address here, and their next check will go to that address. And then when you've made your changes, just hit update. Employee charge code, you should never have to worry about. So that is it for Staffing Solutions. If you have any questions, you're welcome to call Corey or myself, and I hope that helped. Thanks.